When actors Seth Rogen and James Franco decided to make a comedy featuring the mock assassination of North Korean President Kim Jong-un, no one could have expected the global fallout that has ensued. A devastating cyber attack on the movie studio that backed the film, Sony Pictures, saw confidential executive pay information, the Social Security numbers of rank-and-file employees, and a series of private exchanges between studio bosses leaked to the media. With Washington moving last week to publicly blame North Korea for the hack, relations have taken another turn for the worse. North Korea has warned of strikes against key sites in the U.S. in retaliation for the White House's decision to blame Pyongyang, saying any U.S. punishment over the incident would lead to damage thousands of times greater. North Korea has routinely made similar threats against South Korea and the U.S. during times of confrontation, but the latest hostile rhetoric against Washington underlines their anger over the movie. Sony had already decided to pull the film, The Interview, after the hacking and subsequent threats of terrorist attacks against cinemas that screened it. While officials are keen to show that such crippling state-sponsored attacks will not be tolerated against private enterprise, the president has been careful to distinguish between cyber vandalism and an act of war, sharply criticizing Sony's move to abandon the movie's release.
I am sympathetic to the concerns that they faced. Having said all that, yes, I think they made a mistake.
President Obama mocked the regime's sensitivity over what was supposed to be a comedy.
We will respond. We will respond proportionally, and we'll respond in a place and time and manner that we choose.
The U.S. has moved quickly on this, but they've moved with little sense of exactly what options are available to them. This was a cyber attack against a company rather than infrastructure or key U.S. facilities, and it leaves them scrambling to decide exactly what the proportionate, appropriate response will be. They're limited in launching similar attacks of their own, and we've kind of gone into a wait-and-see mode to see what actually the U.S. can do that will have any real impact on what is already a very isolated regime. President Obama has been keen to make people feel comfortable still going to movies and to make sure that this threat isn't escalated into a situation where people would feel actively concerned about North Korea's potential response. At the same time, there is no question that this threat is being taken seriously. There have been daily meetings at the White House, and Mr. Obama and his senior law enforcement and investigatory officials continue to discuss what options are available. Megan Murphy, Financial Times, Washington.